Last month, Bitcoin mining company Core Scientific signed a 200 megawatt artificial intelligence deal with cloud computing firm CoreWeave, the former agreeing to modify some of its existing infrastructure and to host the latter's GPUs for high-performance computing operations. Miners, Bitcoiners, and technologists have been talking about the overlap AI and Bitcoin for a while. And this core-to-core deal marked the official collision of these two overhyped and overfrothed industries. The union makes perfect sense. Bitcoin miners have built out robust data centers complete with attractive energy contracts. And as Bitcoin mining trends towards lower profitability, providing AI companies with infrastructure is an obvious and straightforward way to bridge the gap until things get better. That said, just like with Bitcoin, not everyone is totally psyched about AI, and AI detractors have valid concerns: bias, transparency, privacy, safety, validity, and worst of all, stealing my bad art to make even worse. But to someone who has at one time or another been in the throes of Bitcoin reportage, there's something very obvious, mostly missing from the AI hysteria, which was Bitcoin's political Achilles heel: energy use. And what AI, if it is to grow as proponents believe it should, will require a lot more energy to power the data centers which make AI possible. Investment bank Goldman Sachs predicted that data centers will use 8% of the U.S.'s total power supply by 2030, of which AI is a strong driving force. Additional research from French energy company Schneider Electric suggests that AI's share of data center energy demand will rise to 15 to 20% by 2028, up from an estimated 8% in 2023. There are countless other projections and estimates out there, and none that I've found suggest anything except more. Now, whether this energy demand is worth it is a decent question for another day. But why is it that there are mountains and there are mountains of articles and thought with pieces about Bitcoining using an XYZ country's amount of energy and not for AI? I have some ideas. The route of all people. There are hundreds of billions of investment capital pouring into AI and its speculative future. You know, as a proxy, just look at AI chip maker NVIDIA, which is up 175% this year. But Bitcoin didn't have that when the hype started. And even now, near its peak, no one is actively searching for ways to invest hundreds of billions into Bitcoin-related ventures, aside from maybe one of the Bitcoin ETFs. With all this money flowing in comes the big companies: Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, and with it, the power of influence they possess. These four companies are ubiquitous, trillion-dollar giants and masters of PR. How many people hear the word data center and think, oh my, what a waste, all that energy? It's not all too common. And with all that money and influence comes respect for the big-brained intellectuals in favor of AI. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella and Meta chief Mark Zuckerberg say AI is the world-changing and good. That comes with cachet. When someone with a wacky X handle tweets that Bitcoin is world-changing and good, that comes with cachet too, but a different kind. Humans are really good at constructing realities at logical extremes, especially on the bad end. Here's a bad case for the world with AI. AI gets really good at the art, and so instead of doing art, we give up writing and drawing and painting, and we all get to focus on work. Sounds pretty awful, but you know, it can get worse. Imagine that AI becomes sentient and it takes over the world and begins harnessing humans' heat and electricity as an energy source. Can you have the time to worry about AI's energy cost when the stakes are so much? As for Bitcoin, the worst case scenario is what it collapses and some people, you know, lose a lot of money, or maybe it succeeds and topples the Federal Reserve and Bitcoin becomes the world's, you know, reserve currency. You know, some of what in both scenarios are long shots. In the meantime, have you seen how much energy Bitcoin uses? course.
And so, plus people have more pressing things to worry about, or their livelihoods, for instance. If Bitcoin succeeds, then some people get rich, and even though fix the money, fix the world is a common Bitcoin saying, will our lives really change that much if Bitcoin wins? And meanwhile, the main narrative around AI is that it will obsolete my job. No, thank you. We must stop this at all costs. Who cares how much energy AI uses? I have bills to pay, and I need a job to make money. My only fear is that there won't be enough of us to stem the tide. On the other hand, lots of regular people are using AI to make art they share all day on social media, cheat on term papers, or generate LoJack memes. No doubt many are using AI for salubrious purposes as well. The point is, AI's utility is obvious to everyday people, mitigating any concern they might have about energy to use in a way that Bitcoin's value isn't. And, you know, payments are hard to confiscate. Assets don't matter until the day you need them, at which point they're the only things that are making it is if you're in the planet. Now, there's some Hages who refer to raise the energy uses alarm for Bitcoin, who's raising the same alarm for AI. I have written articles and research reports to recording in defense of Bitcoin's energy use. And while I won't write any in defense of AI's energy use, I'm waiting for the day when its vast energy use becomes a main argument against AI. Though I suspect I'll be waiting a while, because whether warranted or not, the relative lack of loud noises around AI's energy use can be explained swiftly and easily. AI and Bitcoin are different. It's not something that we maybe know. The views expressed in this column are those of the author and do not necessarily reflect those of CoinDesk Inc. or its owners and affiliates.